Right, hello again. It's time for Road Atlanta this time. First time we've been at this great track in quite a while. Kind of missed it because it's a really unique track, of course. So let's just go through it turn by turn. So obviously, yeah, really quite a tough track. Let's just turn the sound down before we get started. And the first sector is quite notorious, of course. Let's just turn that down a little bit more. Yeah. So, yeah, let's just get straight into it. Turn one, we're widening the corner a bit and then going gently into the corner. So the first key thing here is on the entry. Obviously, we can take a conventional line and we can just go straight forward in the braking here and then turn in as we would normally. But if you really want to get that extra few milliseconds, then what you want to do is, I'm sure a lot of you know this by now with this track, but with turn one we can just go over the grass here. Yeah, we can have one wheel, almost half the car in the grass when we're braking. And then our braking point, we're going to judge it after this, after the grass ends. It's up to you how long you leave it until you start braking. For me here, like about halfway. This will just depend on how much speed you need to take off personally in order to make the apex properly. But we're going to be braking, after the grass ends during that service road. And then trail braking to the apex. Now you want to be trail braking with quite a low amount of braking all the way until you reach, let's call this the compression point around where the curb is. You can see the track kind of dips down here. And then if you can dig your car into this compression, then you're going to give yourself a really good platform to then just floor the throttle on the way out. So, where's my cockpit? Here it is. Trail braking all the way in, down to 4th gear, until you're around here. And then at this point you can just smash the throttle. Or almost smash the throttle, in this case. And then up the hill is going to give you all of the grip that you need. Then for turn 2, obviously turn 2 and 3 is all about these blind entries. Now, I've heard different people have different reference points. Some people say you can look at the trees here or this blue grandstand here for your reference point. You can also look at the lines in the track. For me, I'm kind of just looking at this crest and just judging it by at what point of the crest that I'm at. And then, let's go to far chase if we can. And then you want to be kind of, in the middle of the track here or a bit to the left. And then you need to be bringing your car towards the left. And then we want to be on this curb to open up turn 3. I don't know what more to say. I mean, it's pretty difficult to see, to judge. But you need to find your own kind of references. You can use the lines in the track as well. And then we're going to lift off the throttle and start applying the brakes. And then we really want to make sure that we're allowing the car to rotate to the left so that we can end up on this curb on the left here, because we really need to open up turn 3 as much as possible. So, lift off, a bit of braking, increase the brakes a bit, and then we're going to trail brake into turn 3. Now turn 3 here I was a bit too far to the left than I would ideally like to be. But again, it's a blind entry, isn't it? And again, for me, I'm just kind of using where I am at on the curb and using my perception of the crest in order to judge at which point I'm going to turn in. But on this occasion, I mean, I'm super inconsistent with this first sector in general. I say super, I mean for my standards, everyone's going to be different. But I'm just missing this apex a little bit here. So ideally, you obviously want to be with your right hand wheels right over this curb. But it's trial and error really, isn't it? And again, we're kind of braking, then lifting off the brakes a bit, trail braking, a little bit of coasting potentially. And again, I don't know what to say other than you just have to practice it and try and get it right, because it's really difficult. I've done hundreds and hundreds of laps of this track and I'm still pretty inconsistent here. But there we go. We go around turn 3 and then we start pushing the throttle to get some rotation and push onto this curb. And then this curb you can ride it all the way. So me, I'm in down to 3rd gear and straight up to 4th. And then again, blind entries for this, I suppose this is turn 4. Again, it's pretty much a blind entry here. But we're going full throttle up to 5th gear, full throttle. You want to go on this curb, but you don't want to go on too much on the grass before the curb because you'll get an off track. Right, now turn 6, I believe it is. I don't have my track map here, but turn 6. So obviously we're going fully on this curb. Then we're giving ourselves a little bit, opening up this one a little bit so that we can go in a straight line. For me, I'm lifting off the throttle a tiny bit before I start braking just to let the car settle down before braking, because this curb upsets the car quite a lot. Going fully on this curb, braking in a straight line on the curb. So run it in super slow-mo, braking in a straight line. And then trail braking, I'm already maybe pushing the throttle a little bit just to get some rotation. Then with this next curb at turn 6, I've seen some top drivers who avoid this curb completely, so that's an option you can do. For me, I don't know, sometimes I miss it, sometimes I go on it like I did on this occasion. But I mean, you'll find out for yourself, if you go on this curb too much, then you're going to end up pushing the car. It's going to cause you to understeer, and it's going to upset the car completely. So you can use this curb on the inside as long as it's not pushing the car out, as long as it's not upsetting the balance. So for me, on this occasion, just about managed to get away with using that curb. And then we're pushing all the way out onto this big curb. You have to do this if you want a good lap time. You got to push all the way onto this curb here. And ideally, you want to be full throttle at this point. And just send it, really. So again, kind of trial and error. But yeah, to get the best lap time, you need to use this curb down to 4th gear. You can go down to 3rd if you have to, but it's best in 4th gear. And just push onto the curb. And if you find yourself in trouble on this curb, then just back out the throttle, you know. Just make sure you don't die. You can dip two wheels a tiny bit into the grass on this one without getting an off track. Now turn, I believe this is 7 and 8. I'm going to end up missing the apex a little bit here, just by accident. So, heavy braking at this white line. You've got the white line for reference. Quite heavy braking and quickly trail braking. You can go closer to the curb here. Push on the throttle in 4th gear. You can, again, if you're taking a little bit less speed, then you can drop down to 3rd gear, or if it just makes you more comfortable, you can go down to 3rd gear if you want. But I'm going down to 4th gear, pushing out, and then we're going to try and get as close to this curb again. You can use this curb if you want before braking. And I'm going down to 3rd gear. You can go down to 2nd gear as well. I'm just finding that in 3rd gear, I'm able to just focus on purely balancing the steering wheel and focusing on my trail braking. And then a little bit of coasting as well. So, again, it's kind of up to you. If you want to... Oops, didn't mean to do that. If you want to use... if you want to use as much of that curb as possible, use 3rd gear if you want. And you can use 2nd gear for this one as well. But for me, I'm just trying to balance the car in 3rd gear. And then 3rd gear gives you a nice, stable platform to push out onto the exit curb with no dramas. So, yeah, again, just try whatever works best for you. But the key point is get a bit closer to there, and then use as much of the outside as you can, then try and get on that curb. And push for the exit, then simple enough down the straight. Then we're going to come to this point, have your car on the inside. Now you can let your car go outwards a little bit at this point, so that then you can bring the car down to the right hand side for the braking. For braking, I'm just looking at the 100 meter board and braking a bit before the 100 meter board. And now on a rare occasion here we're able to go to 100% on the brakes, so yeah, you can smash the brake but then quickly start trail braking down to third gear. And then with this one, again, you're just going to need to practice getting as much on, you can get onto the grass a little bit, but you need to have your right hand side within the white line to keep within the track limits. So again, just practice cutting this one as much as you can without getting the off track, and yeah, just hard braking, trail braking down to third gear. Bring the car to the left and then jink back to the right. Get off the throttle a little bit to allow the car to rotate, and then again cut this one kind of as much as you can, floor the throttle, use the exit curb. And that's pretty much it. Not much to say. Again, it's a track that you just need to practice a lot if you're struggling. Find your reference points if you can, and just get as comfortable as you can with the curbs. Here, just using the downhill to pick up speed and over the line. So that was lap 3, so close enough to a qualifying lap. There'll be some people going a little bit faster than this for sure. And yeah, the track temp. There you go. That's all you need to know really. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. See you later.